Heads up, this video is probably going to be removed by YouTube. When you go through this entire video and you see everything I'm going to share with you, YouTube is going to take this video down. They're going to shadow ban it because they don't want creators to know the truth. They don't want creators to know that they're being played. They don't want creators to know that they're being screwed. And so there is no incentive for YouTube to show this video to anyone. This isn't hyperbole. This is simply the truth that the gurus aren't telling you. This is the truth that YouTube doesn't want you to know because they don't benefit from it. Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about why YouTube is going to take this video down. But more importantly, why YouTube AdSense is the worst opportunity for creators and potential YouTubers. Okay, if we take a look at my screen, this video is going to be broken down into 4 sections. Why AdSense feels amazing, because that's the sell, that's the game that they're playing. Why it's slow for most creators if they ever reach it. The math most creators never see. Now this is really important. YouTube never shows you the math. They just tell you to run and get monetized, but they never actually show you the math until it's too late. And then we're going to finish up with the faster, better path for most beginners so that you can get started the right way. And if you've already created YouTube videos, it's not too late to go down the faster, better path, but you better get started soon so that you aren't missing out on opportunity and you're missing out on money. That's the one thing that the overarching theme is, that if you're relying on AdSense to pay you, you're missing out on money and opportunity. You're leaving a lot of money on the table, because if you're not dependent on YouTube, then you're not incentivized to do what they tell you to do. And that's the big thing. If you have your own plan, if you have your own path, you have more control. And places like YouTube, big businesses like YouTube, they don't want you to have control, because control is actually freedom, right? They want you dependent on YouTube. So this video probably will get taken down or throttled or whatever, shadow banned, because YouTube doesn't want you to know this. Simple as that. So why does AdSense feel amazing? Why is it that every creator out there, and if we go to YouTube, we could just type in YouTube here, and we can see every single creator is telling you how to monetize with YouTube, how to monetize, let's just say how to make money with your YouTube, because I think that's people search how to make money with YouTube. Right? If you look at all these videos, every one of these guys is telling you, hey, join the YouTube Partner Program, monetize with AdSense. This is an AdSense dashboard. You know, this is what they want. They want you to chase AdSense. But why does it feel so amazing? Because it feels automatic. All you gotta do is make videos, and then the AdSense fairy will pay you on the 21st of every month, right? YouTube and everybody else out there is pushing this as a real goal. They say all you gotta do is meet the minimum requirements, which are kind of abstract and vague if we're being honest, and all of a sudden the AdSense and YouTube fairy will just start paying you money. It sounds passive, right? You just keep doing what you're doing, you'll make money. But you know, if we take a closer look at some of these things, is it really automatic? No, there's a bunch of hoops that you've got to jump to, right? If it feels automatic, you know, you got to make sure that your videos are advertiser friendly, right? You got to make sure that you are putting ads in the right places, right? And with YouTube promoting as a goal, the platform talks all about being monetized. They don't talk about the other ways. They make it seem like the only way to monetize is through them, right? And then when it comes to being passive, the idea of making money while you sleep is extremely attractive. That's every guru out there for the last 20 years has talked about passive income. Make money while you sleep. Make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week while you do other things, right? And like I said, big creators, that's all they talk about. How many channels have you seen where people only talk about the AdSense because it feels passive and automatic and all these other things? And really, it feels really simple, right? There's no extra work that you need to do. And it doesn't get simpler or easier than that. But all of them are essentially problems, because creating YouTube videos is not passive. And if you stop making YouTube videos, you will no longer be monetized, right? They'll kick you out of the platform. So This is why YouTube AdSense feels amazing. But the truth is, it's anything but amazing. It is restrictive. It is based on control. It is problematic. It's a lot of things. We're going to talk about why it's slow for most creators and why it's wrong. It requires a massive amount of views. Have you ever sat down and done the math to figure out how much money you would, how many views you would need to make? Don't worry, I'll show you that on the next screen. But how much money would you need to, how many views would you need to make in order to make $1,000 a month? Now, I say this as someone that had made a substantial amount of money from the YouTube Partner Program. You need hundreds of thousands of views, depending on your niche, to make a decent amount of money. In addition, small channels can earn very little because you're a small channel and you're still growing. You know, it's almost discouraging when you look at your first AdSense paycheck and it's $10. You're putting in hours and hours and hours of work and you're making $100, $200. If you calculate the amount of time that you're spending making a video, editing the video, coming up with different ideas, and doing all of this legwork for YouTube, and that's the other thing, like, when you make a YouTube video, you're just not making a video. You've got to come up with some ideas. You've got to maybe do an outline. You've got to make the video like I'm making right now. Then you've got to edit the video, so post-production. And then if you want your videos to do well, you've got to go out and market your video. You're marketing it on social media. You're marketing it through your mailing list. You're putting it in different places. You're doing all of this work for YouTube just to get a few views and a few $100s. And number 4, revenue is unpredictable. Right? Revenue will change. And I can show you an example of this. Revenue will change based on the time of year, your niche, the people that are watching your videos, and even your video topics. I have some videos on this channel that have a $60 RPM. And then I have other videos that have a $5 RPM. So should I just keep making the $60 RPMs, or should I actually serve my customer, serve my viewer, which is most important? And then the other thing too is growth can take years, right? Growth could take years, if not at all, because it's very possible. A couple things can happen. One, YouTube could move the goalpost. So right now, in order to be monetized with AdSense, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They could change that at any point, and you have no control. They could decide that your content is not worthy of monetization. They'll still put ads on your videos, but they'll say that your content is not worthy of monetization. Or they might say you swear too much, or you're using a word that we don't like, and they decide that your content is not worthy of monetization. Or it can, like I said, it can take years. You could be making great content out there, connecting with people, and they just don't follow you. They don't subscribe to your content, or you don't get the 4,000 watch hours in one rolling year period of time, right? And if we just go back here real quick, I want to highlight a few things. As I said, making videos is anything but automatic. It takes a lot of time, especially in the very beginning, right? If you're in the very beginning and you're learning how to make videos, you're learning this entire process because it's all a skill, you want to be paid for the time, effort, and energy that you're putting in, right? And it's anything but passive. For example, when I upload this video, I'm going to put this video on my blog. I'm going to put it on LinkedIn and Reddit and Instagram, everywhere. So it's anything but passive. And then I've got to come back and I've got to answer commenter questions or talk to, reply to comments. Big creators, and I think it's always really ironic, big creators are always talking about it, but this isn't the way that they monetize, right? If we go here and we scroll up and we look, Think Media is not monetized solely by the YouTube Partner Program. This is one of the YouTube Partner Program is one of their monetization methods. We keep scrolling. Justin Brown, Primal Video, isn't only monetized, isn't even primarily monetized by the YouTube Partner Program. You can scroll through these and you can see, if you click, that these guys are telling you to do something that they're not actually fully committed to themselves, because they know the game. They understand that the best way to monetize is not with the YouTube Partner Program, right? If you click join my private community, he's got a membership probably. And that's what I think is really important to understand. You've got to do what the gurus are telling you to do, the big creators, instead of, you've got to do what the gurus are doing and not what they're telling you to do. And that's really important to understand. Okay, so let's quickly jump over and talk about the math. Okay, really, really important. And most people skip over this. And even, you know what, I can show you a few examples. This is my painting YouTube channel, a channel about boring old stupid paint. If you think watching paint dry is boring, try talking about paint. Okay, so last month I made $379. If I go to my analytics and I look at revenue, and we look at my videos are varied, which is fine. We can click on see more. For the month of February, this video, 10 best neutral paint colors, Sherwin-Williams for a timeless finish, it had an RPM of $7.92. Okay, great. Now remember that number, $7.92. If we look at January, that exact same video had a lower RPM. You can see the RPMs vary. Some are $10, some are $12, some are $17, but the average RPM is $4, right? So let's go ahead and just break down the math. Most creators earn somewhere between $2 and $10 per 1,000 views, but it really depends on your niche, audience, and ad rates. So it depends on your niche. If you are in like health, wealth, relationships, and technology, usually it's going to be a little bit higher. You know, if you are in painting or the dog niche, it might be a little bit lower. Your audience, if you're targeting or talking to people that are in tier 1 countries, so like US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, maybe France, that number's up. However, if you're talking to tier 2, tier 3 people, that number is going to be a little bit lower. And then ad rates, it really all depends on who's advertising on your videos. For example, paint, most likely it's going to be like Sherwin-Williams. There aren't going to be a ton of advertisers that are looking to market on the painting niche, right? Anyway, so let's break this down. Let's say you have 1,000 views, your RPM is $4. You would make $4, right? Real simple. $4 per 1,000 views. If you wanted to make $400 per month, you would need 100,000 views, right? It's pretty simple if you do the math, and we make the math clean. In order to make $400 a month at a $4 RPM, you would need 100,000 views. Okay, that's possible. It's challenging if you're a brand new creator, if you're a smaller creator. I can give you more numbers if you'd like, if it would help. If you wanted to make $1,000 per month, and maybe I'll write that down. If you wanted to make $1,000 per month, you would need 250,000 views, right? And the thing is, YouTube wants you chasing the view number because it brings people to their platform where they can make money, where they can monetize in a variety of ways. But they want you, they need you. I think that math is correct, right? They need you to bring people. 250,000 views a month to make 1K. It's possible, it's probable, lots of people do it. But most likely if you're brand new, you're probably not going to do that in the beginning. It may take 6 months, it may take a year, it may take 5 years in order for you to reach that amount. And I guarantee you, you'll be discouraged, you'll want to give up, you'll want to quit along the way. And also too, if you have a family and they see you putting in a bunch of time into your YouTube videos, they see you staying up late at night and waking up early to make YouTube videos, they're going to wonder when is and where is the return on investment. And bringing home $400 might not make it. And people are going to be frustrated and angry with it. But this is really important to understand, okay? And if you wanted to make $5,000 per month, 5K, how many views do you think you need? You need 1.2 million views, 1.2 million. All right. How many YouTube channels get 1.2 million views a month? I don't know. I'm wondering that. Let's see. How many YouTube channels get 1.2 million views per month. There's no exact number, exactly 1.2 million. However, viewership represents a high association within, you'd be the top 1 or 2% of creators. So if you want to make $5,000 per month, you need 1.2 million views. That would put you in the top 1% of creators, 1 to 2%. And then how many YouTube channels are out there? There are over 114 million active YouTube channels. Now, not all of them make videos, obviously. There's only about 10 million channels have 1,000 or more subscribers. Interesting. So, I didn't want this to turn into a math-heavy video, but there are over 114 million active YouTube channels. Now, obviously, not everyone creates those videos, but only 10 million have 1,000 or more subscribers. What percent is that? Right? So let's say 10 million have 1,000. They probably upload consistently. What's 1% of what's 2% of 10 million? 2% of 10 million. That is 200,000 channels that make roughly 5K or more through the YouTube Partner Program. Most likely, if you're brand new, you're not going to be part of that 200,000. So understand the math that YouTube doesn't want you to know. Really important. Understand the math. So I've said all of these things. What's the faster, better path that you should take? The faster, better path is to create tiny digital solutions for your target audience. You can also do affiliate marketing, but I like the tiny digital products for a number of reasons. And here are a few examples of tiny digital products. We've got planners, trackers, cheat sheets, workbooks, blueprints, templates, workshops, calculators. What we want to do is we want to help our audience achieve a result fast. Achieve a result fast. Digital products are fast to make. They solve a problem. They help build a business. And what I mean by build a business is you can sell one of these low ticket items for $7, $9. Then there's going to be a segment of the people that buy it. They want to come back to you and ask you for more help. That's when you can sell them a course or one-on-one coaching and make real money, right? Most importantly, you have control, right? I'm going to say this is even more passive. You're going to have a mailing list, right? Your digital products are going to sell all day, all night. Make once, sell forever. And the great part is you should be able to do at least one of these for every single niche out there. Whether you're in the gaming niche, fitness, sports, hobbies, you can come up with a planner, tracker, cheat sheet, workbook, blueprint, template, workshop, or calculator for literally any niche. Comment your niche down below and I'll give you a few examples. But what's most important is that you have control. You dictate how much money you can make. And let's assume, and the thing is you can monetize. I think this probably should be at the top. Monetize from day one. I spelled monetize wrong, but monetize from day one. You don't have to wait weeks, months, and years. You can make the content you want to make. Every viewer has the same value. Oh my goodness. And that's really important because there's people in Bangladesh that have money. There are people in Australia that have money. There are people in Africa that have money. And so when every viewer has the same value, whatever they're willing to spend on your digital product, you can make more money sooner. You can make more money over a long period of time. Make more money sooner and over a longer period of time. How cool is that? This is why you need to create a digital product. And let's say you don't know how to create a digital product. You don't know what to do. You could go over to Fiverr and have someone make a digital product for you. You could say, hey, make a budget calculator. There's a bunch of people out here that'll do it for $10, a budget calculator. You could say, make a wedding invite template. Say you're in the wedding niche. I'll be back in no time. Okay. Okay, so look, wedding invite template. They'll make it for $5. You turn around and sell each one for $7 or $70, whatever you want. I would recommend probably like $7 or $9. But these people will do it for you. Or you can even do what's called private label rights. You can go to this website or a website like it and find done for you private label stuff that you can download and sell. All you gotta do is type in PLR. PLR. Bunch of websites out there that have private label rights. These are done for you products that you can sell. Find one that's within your niche. So you go to your niche finder, gardening, for example. Look at all of these. Buy it, download it, sell it, change up the branding a little bit, and now you've got your own products to sell. This is much better. And let's assume like 1 to 2% of your audience, let's say 1 to 2% will buy from you. And you know that number is going to be a little bit lower to start, but over time you can expect 1 to 2% of your buyers. Let's say you have 10,000 views in a month. So what's 1% of 10,000? That's 100. And you sell your digital product for $9. That's $900 that you made, right? It really is as simple as that. Versus if you had 10,000 views and you were monetized at $4, that's only $400. So right there, you'd already be making $500 more, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying if you're brand new, regardless of where you are in your YouTube journey, you should create and sell a digital product. Don't listen to these gurus out here that say, hey, just get monetized by AdSense and life will be great, because life won't be great. Life will be harder. But if you take a weekend and you create one of these, or go over to Fiverr and hire somebody, or go over to PLR and buy one of these, you'll be in a better position. You'll be in a better position quicker, right? You won't be chasing the algorithm. You won't be trying to figure out what the algorithm wants and needs. If you want additional help, click the first link in the description. And what we'll do here is I'll show you. There's a simple workbook that'll help you turn your views into sales without guessing what to sell. I gotta fix that. I'm glad I clicked on that because I gotta fix it. Anyway, that's weird. Why does that go there? Anyway. Hey, I just realized something. Anyway. So check out the first link in the description. By the time you look at this, it'll be fixed. You'll get an opportunity to take a look at this Beyond AdSense workbook that will help you create and sell your first digital product. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.